The soft glow of a July dawn in 2024 crept over Pine Hollow, a sprawling stretch of farmland tucked along the rolling plains of eastern Nebraska, where the open fields embraced Jalen Carter's 30-acre sanctuary, Willow Bend Farm. At 42, Jalen, a carpenter who'd poured his heart into his trade for 2 decades, cherished the land's unbridled spirit. No HOA, no petty rules, just endless horizon and a brick red gate that had stood defiant since 1945. The gate, painted by his grandfather after returning from the war, was a symbol of freedom, its bold hue echoing the Irish barn of his roots. "This red gate means we choose our own way," his grandfather had said, teaching Jalen to refresh its coat each summer. But that Monday morning, a shrill voice shattered the peace. "Lucas Hayes, this gate's an abomination." Brenda Walsh, the 50-year-old HOA president of Pine Hollow Estates, stood blocking his farm's entrance, her face flushed, veins bulging as she waved a $7,000 fine for color violations. Her tailored blazer flapped as she shrieked, "Gates must be beige or white." Flanked by 3 board members snapping photos, she hopped like a zealot, her clipboard a weapon. Jalen, perched on his idling tractor, sipped his coffee, calm masking the storm inside. "Brenda, my farm's been here since 45. Your HOA doesn't touch me." Her eyes bulged. "I'll bury you, Hayes." Neighbors peered from their yards, phones glinting, capturing a meltdown that would unravel her empire. Brenda, a former marketing executive whose career crumbled in a 2010 scandal over falsified sales, ruled Pine Hollow Estates with an iron grip, her polished exterior cloaking a ruthless ambition. For months, she'd circled Jalen's farm, dropping hints about community enhancement. Now, her citation dripped malice. Non-compliant gate color, $7,000. 72 hours to repaint. Jalen leaned against his tractor, the red gate gleaming. "This gate's older than your McMansions. Take me to court." Brenda's face purpled, her voice a screech. "I'll crush you." She vowed to report his chickens as illegal livestock, her threat laced with venom. As her BMW peeled away, Jalen's phone buzzed in anonymous text. "She's got backers. Be careful." His gut nodded. Brenda wasn't just after his gate. She wanted his land, and this was war. That evening, on his porch, Jalen stared at the gate, his grandfather's words ringing. "Reds for freedom, not following the herd." Neighbor Nate Ellis, a mechanic fined $3,000 by Brenda for a parked car during his son's birth, stopped by. "She's soulless," Nate muttered, sparking Jalen's resolve. Brenda had her rules, but Jalen had a community fed up with her tyranny. The next morning, Jalen called his college friend, Clara Monroe, now a sharp attorney in Omaha. "Your farm's grandfathered," she chuckled. "Pre-HOA untouchable." But Brenda didn't care about laws. Over 3 days, Jalen's mailbox became a nightmare. $10, $500 in fake fines, $700 for gate color, $1,500 for chickens, $300 for 4.4-inch grass, $900 for worn fences, $500 for a green tractor, even $350 for uncertified eggs. One citation claimed his rooster's crow hit excessive decibels with a photoshopped graph. Jalen photographed each absurdity, cross-checking the HOA charter online. 90% of her rules were fabricated, banking on fear. "Wrong farmer to scare," he muttered, compiling evidence. The HOA meeting was a tinderbox, packed with residents avoiding Brenda's glare. She strutted to the podium, gavel gleaming, crowing about violations at the Hayes farm. Jalen stood, briefcase open. "Your charter has no gate or chicken rules, Brenda. Where'd these come from?" Her face cycled through shock and rage. "New amendments," she stammered. Judge Amos Tate, a retired jurist, boomed. "I co-founded this HOA. No votes happened. Show the minutes." Brenda fumbled, papers scattering. Neighbor Ellen Tate, usually her ally, spoke up. "You find my roses for being too coral." "Strange, right?" Nate live-streamed, comments exploding. "Brenda's done." The room erupted, residents airing bizarre finds, wind chimes, doormats, kites. Brenda's gavel failed, her control slipping. At 5:30 a.m., Brenda retaliated, jogging at Jalen's gate, blasting pop music to rile his chickens. Jalen countered with Johnny Cash, her scowl priceless. She posted fake reviews, claiming his eggs were contaminated and unleashed agency's FDA, health department, zoning. Inspectors, seeing 8 chickens, laughed, often buying eggs. Brenda's lawsuit hit next, alleging his farm tanked property values and disrupted aesthetics, demanding $600,000. She held a press conference, claiming 85% resident support. Nate's poll showed 7 backers, including her. One rainy midnight, Jalen caught Brenda's BMW idling by his gate, lights off. Tapping her window, he saw tears. "Today's my anniversary," she whispered. "He left me, said I choked joy out of life. Even Whiskers, my cat, died from my stress." For a moment, Jalen glimpsed her pain: divorce, layoffs, loss. But her mask snapped back. "This changes nothing, Hayes." She sped off, leaving him in the rain, pity fading. Nate's call jolted Jalen. Brenda's lost it. Racing home, he found his grandfather's 70-year gate in splinters, felled by Brenda's hired crew. Kneeling in the wreckage, Jalen clutched a shard, tears burning. This gate stood through everything. He choked, his grandfather's initials carved deep. Brenda smirked, clipboard raised. Court ordered for safety. The crew looked ashamed, knowing they'd erased history. Nate's video 70 years gone in 70 seconds went viral, racking 20,000 shares. Neighbors rallied, woodworkers offered to rebuild. The Historical Society documented the farm. Amos called Jalen to his study, handing over a USB drive. Brenda's embezzling HOA funds, forging signatures. "Your grandfather saved me once. Let me repay him." Footage showed Brenda pocketing $60,000, faking signatures, and meeting Apex Realty, pocketing a $700,000 deal to deliver Jalen's farm for a resort. Brenda's desperation peaked with an IRS probe, alleging egg sale evasion. Jalen's meticulous records: every dozen tracts sent the agent away with eggs and a grin. Jalen filed complaints with the Attorney General, Agriculture Department, and ACLU, turning Brenda's bureaucracy against her. She tried blackmailing Amos over a 1980s affair. He laughed. "My wife forgave me decades ago." Ellen, breaking ranks, shared her $400 rose fine, sparking a dozen neighbors' tales. Nate's Red Gate Festival: kids painting red gates. Jalen giving tractor rides drew hundreds, a legal protest with permits. Brenda's police call flopped. Deputy Maria Evans bought a "My Gate, My Choice" shirt. A suited man from Apex slipped Jalen a card. "Be careful. Brenda's not alone." Chills hit as Jalen pocketed it. At the HOA meeting, Jalen plugged in Amos's USB. Footage rolled. Brenda stealing $60,000, forging votes, plotting with Apex. "Once Hayes is gone, the rest collapse," she sneered. Gasps echoed. Brenda lunged for the laptop, screaming, "Deep fake." Amos stood, voice thunderous. "I installed those cameras legally." Brenda's targeted residence for Apex, run by her brother Daniel and sister Victoria Walsh. Residents roared, "Wheelchair ramps, bird feeders fined." Brenda collapsed, sobbing. "I had nothing: divorce, layoffs, Whiskers gone. The HOA made me someone." Her eyes flashed. "If I fall, you all do." She dialed 911, shrieking, "Hayes is attacking." Maria, tipped off, arrested her for false reporting, fraud, and conspiracy. Amos revealed Apex's $700,000 bribe, signed by Victoria. The HOA ousted Brenda, voided her rules, and voted $60,000 for Jalen's gate. Brenda, on bail, parked her BMW across Jalen's entrance, bat raised, megaphone blaring. "Tear down that gate." Jalen, on his grandfather's 1945 tractor, warned, "You're blocking a public road. Move." Her laugh was unhinged. "You're weak, like your grandfather." Jalen shifted gears, the 5-ton machine rolling forward. At 5 miles per hour, Brenda dove aside as the tractor crushed her BMW into a ditch, glass shattering. Jalen parked, resuming gate work. Brenda wailed, "My car," clutching its ornament. Papers spilled: Apex contracts, Victoria's signature. "Victoria promised I'd run the resort," Brenda sobbed. "I'd matter." Maria arrested her for arson, confessing on Nate's footage. Jalen's farm became a landmark, the gate reborn red. The Red Gate Festival grew, kids riding tractors, Ellen's roses the reddest. Brenda got 5 years, her wealth lost to suits. Victoria faced FBI probes, Apex's resort dead. One dusk, Brenda, in an orange vest, approached Jalen's gate. "I let greed win," she whispered broken. "Sorry." Jalen leaned on his fence. "You could have built us up, Brenda. You chose ruin." She faded into twilight. Jalen watched the stars, tractor gleaming, a call coming. "My HOA's bullying me. Help." His grandfather's law freedom's worth the fight would travel. Was Jalen's tractor move justice or vengeance? Should Brenda's sentence be lighter or harsher? Can Pine Hollow stay free, or will new Brenda's rise? Share your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for stories that demand your stand.